I do listen to a lot of metal. I have everything from Deicide to Judas Priest, Slayer, Cradle of Filth, even some Dragon Force on my MP3 player, but I also listen to a variety of dance music and hip hop, pop, things like that. Like, for example, ones that may surprise people, I've got Rick Ross. I have Wiz Khalifa on my MP3 player for training. I have Madonna. I've got Lady Gaga, and I got Iggy Azalea. So some of those might surprise you guys, but I work out to Madonna and Iggy Azalea sometimes too. Although I would say my mix is probably at least 50% metal. And I sometimes throw a little country in there too. I've been known to lift to Kenny Rogers, depending upon how psyched up I want to get, or if I just want to train in and just relax and focus, and sometimes even classical music. So I have pretty eclectic workout music taste with a leaning towards metal. I watch music videos, and I've honestly got to say that Iggy Azalea is probably more entertaining and more intelligent than most of YouTube fitness, and she is. So, give you guys a quick bicep shot. And let's jump into this. All right, first question. I'm curious about your favorite music. It'd be cool to see some recommendations if you haven't already put that out. Alright, as some of you may have figured out, I am very big into metal. I like a lot of older metal, but I do like some of the newer stuff also. My tastes are very varied in that, although metal isn't the only thing I listen to. It's my primary choice of music. It is my favorite workout music. And currently, I'm mostly listening to things like Pantera, Superjoint Ritual, Slayer. I've got some Hatebreed, Slipknot, and things like that on my MP3 player. But actually, as of lately, I've been listening to a lot more Tool again. Probably for about a week, I've been jamming to mostly Tool when I've been training. And as far as other music I actually like sometimes movie soundtracks and classical music, but the other style of music that I like outside of metal is going to be old blues. Now, I do like some of the more slightly modern stuff like Stevie Ray Vaughan and some of this Texas blues, but I am a fan of some of the really old school blues guys like B.B. King, Johnny Lee Hooker, guys like that. And for me, I happen to enjoy that style of music because I think it is a very good artistic expression of emotion, and it just has to do with the era that it came from and the lives of the people and the kind of lifestyle they were subjected to. I think that in a way you can sense that through the music. So I actually happen to enjoy a lot of the older blues and some of the original bluesmen. But outside of that, yeah, metal all the way. High levels of psychological arousal, psyching yourself up, pre-workouts, jamming to the hard music can push you into an overtrained state faster, even when lifting the exact same amount of weight for the same number of reps through the week on ultra high frequency training. I was going to start listening to music when I train again, by the way, but my MP3 player that was supposed to be here 2 days ago, somehow Amazon has had a delay getting it to me in transit. So I don't even have it yet. Hopefully I'll have it later today and I'll have some music. Also, I think I'll probably address later too, I started drinking coffee again yesterday after 9 months caffeine free. So what I would recommend, and if you observe a lot of the guys, there are a number of guys who train with this style of training. If you watch their videos, even in meets, some of them walk up and they're stone cold calm when they compete in comps and crush competitions, whether it's powerlifting, some Olympic lifts, things like that. So this is something that you just need to note, that a lot of them keep a lower level of psychological arousal, and it seems to work very successfully. And I would recommend the same to you. And it's only because of the fact that the calmer you train, the more total work you'll be able to do every week without it impacting your recovery quite as much. And it's probably a very minor thing, but it comes down to, are we trying to maximize results? Are you trying to get as strong as possible? And that will require you to lift heavier weights without overtraining, without getting that additional fatigue in. So that's ultimately what it comes down to. So yeah, I would recommend that. That's what I would recommend. Keep yourself calm, collect. I woke up feeling fine. I didn't feel trashed. I didn't feel exhausted. Everything felt good. Nothing was sore. I got in and I started training the ramp-ups felt good. The ramp-ups felt good until I did the final ramp-up. Then I sat down for a few minutes, and I just kind of felt my energy drain before my 475 squat. Like, I realized something wasn't right with my training. My head wasn't right. And again, it wasn't just psychological. There was a psychological response, but that psychological response was telling me, you're at the end of your recovery for this week. It's your last day this week. Sunday's going to be active recovery. You're getting near the end of your recovery. And I almost felt a sadness before I did my squat. And I had to crank some music up to get my mood right. Hell, I train without music. I train in a silent room and I hit maxes every day. Training maxes every day. I squat heavy every day, 7 days a week. Guys, you don't need something to jack your nervous system up to do that. And if you do, there's something wrong with your program. There's something wrong with your training program. There's something wrong with your lifestyle. And all you're doing is going to bury your recovery because you're needing something to pick you up, because the rest of your life sucks and your training isn't taking any sort of real priority. I was going to start listening to music when I train again, by the way. But my MP3 player that was supposed to be here 2 days ago, somehow Amazon has had a delay getting it to me in transit. So I don't even have it yet. Hopefully I'll have it later today and I'll have some music. Also, I think I'll probably address later too, I started drinking coffee again yesterday after 9 months caffeine free. Well, let me tell you something. I have observed some of these so-called powerlifting meets that are being conducted these days, with people hooping and hollering, with loud rock and roll music blaring and cheering and having fun. And I'm here to tell you that this has no place in our prestigious sport. And the standards being represented are an abomination before God Himself. First of all, this loud, blaring rock and roll music and death metal being played at these meets is nothing more but a sign of low birth and possible miscegenation of one's blood. And it breaks the concentration of the athletes. A true athlete is a focused, disciplined, calm individual, and they need silence. In fact, all of this cheering is completely disrespectful to the athletes and breaking their concentration. There should be complete silence, or at the most, the Battle Hymn of the Republic playing. And even Bagpuss is going to back me on that one. Isn't that right, Bagpuss? See, Bagpuss says that he has got a problem. Oh, shit. I had to crank some music up to get my mood right.